Everything you need to know about products and services that can improve your life. This is Experts on Call on CL 650.
Welcome back to QuayPacific's Talk About Strata on 650 CL. I'm Tony Giavento, your host, and we're talking about insurance and the variables of insurance for strata corporations and the risks. We have Trudy Lancelin from the Insurance Brokers Association and Gord Lee from CMW Insurance. And thanks both for coming on the show. It's been great having you on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
So I'm going to put you in the hot seat now for a second for the last core portion of the show. What happens when things go badly? So we have a claim in a building, and there is now fight between insurance, whether it's the homeowner insurer and the strata insurer, or things weren't insured properly, or things aren't getting done right. You know, let's use the first scenario. Things simply are not getting done on time. I've been out of my home for 6 months. My unit was flooded out from a pipe break. Why am I still out of my home 6 months later? How do we deal with these disputes to get them moving forward? Because it really is frustrating for consumers sometimes.
Well, you know, I mean, for sure, when things go bad, the first thing that happens is that I'll get a phone call. Because if things go smooth, usually I don't get too involved in the claim because we have adjusters. But if things go bad, usually the first thing is that it's always bring the parties together. You know, like if someone says, it's been 6 months, Gord, what's going on? I go, wow, 6 months is a long time to be, you know, displaced and for repair. You know, we usually talk to the adjuster, find out what's going on. There's got to be a reason why it's being delayed. And then usually to resolve that problem, we're going to have to bring the parties together, whether that's just you know, restoration companies slow at doing that. We have to replace the restoration company, or whether, you know, there's permits that's delaying this, that we can't get permits for whatever reason, or the unit owner is not trying to still live in the unit while it's not really livable to do that type of repair. So it slows down the job. So we usually try to bring the parties together and try to find out what's wrong and have a resolution to move along and get this thing repaired.
So the adjusters are appointed by the insurance companies
or
the brokers?
Most cases, we don't really, I wouldn't say that we, in our case, we don't really assign the adjuster, but what happens is that because we do a lot of strata insurance, we would have a arrangement with the insurance company that we would only use certain designated adjuster that specializes in this type of claims. So right. To alleviate when things that could go bad, because they understand that this is not a commercial risk. They adjusted that as just a lot as this commercial risk. A homeowner risk is very personal, more so than a commercial unit owner, because there's a place they live. So they have to understand how to work with a unit owner's adjusters if they have their own insurance. The restoration, sometimes there's multiple restoration companies involved, so that it goes as smooth as possible, as quick as possible.
And the broker, you know, people need to remember this, but the broker, whether I'm a homeowner who bought homeowner insurance from a broker or a strata who bought insurance from a broker, the broker is my agent, not the insurance company's agent, not the property manager's agent. The broker works for me, the strata corporation. They're my representative, essentially.
Correct.
And you know, that's often the question where we ask when we have people that are in struggle, why are you not talking to your broker about this? That's where this needs to sit. They're the person who needs to be acting as your agent and dealing with this problem for you.
And that's usually my response as well. A broker, through many years, centuries of common law, has a duty of care to both the insurance company and the insured party. So if I get a call, you know, because a consumer is frustrated or something like that, my first thing is to identify, is the problem with the broker or is it with another party? Quite often it might be that because the broker is the intermediary and is passing along information from the insurance company or the adjuster, it may be that the broker is just in that unlucky situation of passing along bad news that he can't do anything about. This may just be the reality, and that could be an increase in premium, an increase in deductible, you know, some sort of change to a policy, you know, at renewal or something like that. Once we've kind of ascertained that, it, as Gord says, it quite often is a situation where that communication may have broken down, and it's a case of going back to the broker. And my advice to the insured is to go back to the broker, try and get them talking, or at least you know, give him a bit more time. You know, if it sounds like the broker is advocating, I'll just say let him do his job. You know, if it seems like it's maybe a personality clash or something like that, I'll just suggest that they go up the ladder in the brokerage. Brokerages don't like to lose any business,
Right.
any client. And so if there's a sense that maybe there's a training issue or a miscommunication or a personality issue or something like that, if you go up the ladder, the management or the ownership of the brokerage want to know, appreciate knowing, and want to have an opportunity to make it right.
So we're the Strata Corporation, and things are going badly with the brokerage. Where do we go if it's not getting resolved, even if we've gone up the ladder? I think that's the frustrating part.
Okay, and in these situations, then I guess for me, I then try and ascertain: is it a money issue? Is it a case of not being pleased with the settlement that's offered, or is it a broker conduct issue?
Right.
And there are sort of two courses of action that I can point people to, and depending on the answer to that. If it's a settlement dispute, the General Insurance Ombuds Service is set up to look after that. Their website is giocanada.org, and they are funded by a mandatory payment that each insurance company has to make to create the General Insurance Ombuds Service, to provide that arm's length, neutral dispute resolution service. If it is a broker conduct issue, I'll direct them to the Insurance Council of BC.com, and I'll suggest to them that they read some of the sections there on the website. The Insurance Council of BC is a subset of the Financial Institutions Commission, which is a subset of the Ministry of Finance. They issue the licenses, they determine what proper conduct is, and they are the ones that can investigate and do disciplinary decisions. So there's information on their website that gives people a sense of what kind of conduct they can expect from their broker, and a process for making a complaint. And complaints should be in writing, and they are followed up.
And so there's mandatory dispute resolution through both offices?
No, the Insurance Council of BC is the regulator.
Right.
They issue the licenses for
Right.
General insurance brokers and life insurance and adjusters, and they look at conduct issues. If it's and it states right on their website, we don't get into claims disputes and things like that.
Right.
If it is a disagreement with the settlement that's being offered by the insurance company, then the General Insurance Ombuds Service is the place to go.
Okay. Trudy Lancelin from the Insurance Brokers Association, thanks so much for joining us on the show. Gord Lee, CMW Insurance, very much appreciate your time on the show. If the listeners have any questions whatsoever, you'd like to email us, you can email me at tony@choa.bc.ca, and we can give you some of the referrals to the insurance regulators. And happy Strata living.